Looking for a new crochet stitch to add to your arsenal? I've got the perfect one for you today. It's called the bean stitch. My name is Rachel Alford from Cozy Next Designs, and let me show you how to do the bean stitch today. The bean stitch is very similar to the puff stitch as it makes a puff-like character of fabric, but it's a bit smaller, more condensed, and woven. I used the bean stitch in my recent pattern called the Produce Bag and Scrubbers. The scrubbers use the bean stitch for the sponge version of the scrubber, and it really works well to get into those tight spaces on produce and really clean them. I also did it as a fun detailing on the bag and then picture framed it with surface single crochet. If you're interested in that pattern, the Produce Bag and Scrubbers pattern is a free pattern on my blog. I'll put it right there. And then it also is a pattern, it's a kit pattern with Lion Brand yarn, so I will drop that link below. So let's jump right in and let's show you how to do it. To work the bean stitch, you start off with a slip knot and then chain multiple, an even multiple plus one, so an odd number. I'm just gonna do, let's say 15. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then to begin the bean stitch, so I'm going to start my first row of bean stitches. I'm going to go into the third chain for my hook. So 1, 2, 3. This stitch right here, I'm going to start my bean stitch. So inserting my hook into the chain, I drop a loop, and then yarn over, back into the same chain, drop a loop, last yarn over, last insert into the same stitch, drop a loop. So you have 6 loops on your hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you yarn over and pull through all 6 loops and then chain 1. And that is how you do a bean stitch. So you skip the next stitch and you do it again. So inserting your hook into the chain, drop a loop, yarn over, back into the same chain, drop a loop, one last time, yarn over, into the same chain, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops on your hook, and chain 1. So now we have 2 bean stitches complete. We skip the next chain and work into this next chain, and we just do what we did before. So that's 2 and 3. Yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, chain 1. Again, skip 1 stitch, going into the next chain, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, chain 1, skip, working into this chain here, insert, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, chain 1, skip the next stitch, working into this one, insert my hook, drop a loop, yarn over, going back into the same chain, and the last time for this stitch, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, chain 1. Now we skip this next stitch and then we have our last stitch of the row right here. So we just do it the same exact way, insert your hook, drop a loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the same chain space, drop a loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the same chain space, drop a loop, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain. So this is what our first bean stitch row looks like. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bean stitches. And so when we do the next round, we will have 7 bean stitches as well, but instead of them slanting this way like they are right now, they're going to slant this way. And that's what gives the little fabric woven-like texture. And that's why this stitch works best in rows rather than the round. So I chained one to end my bean stitch, and then I chained another one to turn. And now where we work into these bean stitches, if you pull the bean stitches apart, you see this triangle looking space, and that is where we're going to be placing our hook. So it's technically the chain one from the previous row. So this is where the bean stitch, where we pulled through all 6, and then we chained one, and that's where we will place our hook. So let's do it together. You can see right here is where I have that triangle and where I will do my first bean stitch of row 2. So inserting my hook into that space right there, draw up a loop, yarn over, going back into that same space, draw up a loop, yarn over, going back into the same space, and draw up a loop. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1. So the next space we will go into is right here. So we're not going to go into the top of the bean, but into the chain space, that triangle space. Drop a loop, yarn over, going back into the same space, drop a loop, yarn over, going back into the same space, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1. Now again, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1. The next space is right here. Drop a loop, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, chain 1. This is the next space we will work right here. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1. Again, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1, and now you can see our last space that we will work right here. So I insert my hook, drop a loop, yarn over, going back into that same space, and then last time we have 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1, and then chain 1 and turn. So at the end of the rows, it's almost like you're doing 2 chains. So because you're doing 1 chain to finish the bean stitch and then 1 chain to turn. So let's do it one more time together. You can see the space we will work into is this triangle space right here. So I'm going to insert my hook right here. And then the next bean stitch, I will insert my hook right here. So let's do that first stitch. Insert my hook, drop a loop, yarn over, back into the same space, drop a loop, yarn over, last time, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops on my hook, chain 1. Again, back into the same space, or sorry, the next space, the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, back into the same space, drop a loop, yarn over, last time, drop a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yarn over, pull through, chain 1. So let's just continue on down doing our bean stitches. There's my 3rd. Here will be my 4th. 5. And your bean stitch count stays the same for each row, even though they slant a different direction. So I will have 7 for this row because that's what I had at the beginning as well. So you can see for this last bean stitch space, it's right, you just have to pull it apart and then you can see it a little bit better. Right there is where I will place my hook. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, chain 1. So that is how you do the bean stitch. It's a nice way to add a little bit of interest and texture to your crochet projects without tons of extra time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you liked it. I am Rachel from Cozy Nooks Designs, and make sure that you give it a thumbs up, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel for future free patterns and tips.